Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. We are in for some excitement and energy. We've got the man, myth, the legend, Mr. Adrian Hernandez. How you doing, sir?
Let's go. I'm good, man. I'm alive. I'm excited. I'm ready to do this.
Oh, I just loved. I leave our discussions and I am amped up. I should really save yours for like right before my workout. I would hit it harder after talking to you. It's a lot of fun. Hey,
that is funny.
So you and I spend a lot of time coaching, mentoring, answering questions from new investors, new real estate agents, new entrepreneurs. But I wanted to just have a little game of tennis where you and I go back and forth and talk about attributes of people that are new, right? A new person's in front of us, a new person's on the phone, they're on a Zoom call. And things that I see in people that lead me to believe they will be successful versus unsuccessful. Because I've been doing this, I've been investing for 21 years now in real estate, really been helping others for 15. And I've started to notice things that's like, ooh, you're not showing me the signs that lead me to think you'll be successful. Now, some people have proven me wrong, but there are certainly some strong indicators. So what do you think of that?
Oh, yeah. No, I think that would be fun. And after seeing tons of new agents come into, I used to own a brokerage, seeing tons of new agents coming in, it's interesting because you could typically spot it right away, right? There's some key indicators right up the jump that you can figure out. And then it takes some time. Then you start dealing with the individual and you go, oh yeah, okay, maybe we should start thinking about something else.
Yeah, this might not be for you. Yeah. So you are my guest. I always let the guests go first. What's the first kind of attribute for success that you see?
I would say the first attribute is good energy, right? Somebody that gives off that you can feel that they want to learn, right? And also, what I want to say is because some people think good energy, they have to be hype, they have to be over the top, right? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about you running in like the Energizer Bunny, okay?
Right.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about good energy in the sense that you give off the energy that you are there willing to learn, that they are there willing to get something out of the conversation. This isn't just let me go show up to see what happens type of play. This is a serious, and you get that energy. You can feel that from them. So that would be the first thing I would say.
Yeah, the first one for me almost seems silly to admit, but it is the number one thing for me, and that is the fact that you've got to be coachable. Yeah. Right? You come to me, ask for my opinion. I tell you step one's a buy box, and you want to argue with me, right? You want to come to me and tell me why it's not that and it's this, it's that's the other thing. It is crazy. Then maybe you go spend $320 and buy my course. And then you come to me after, a week and I ask you, have you seen this, seen that? And like, no, I haven't even opened the course yet. I mean, what are we doing here, folks? I have spent a lot of time putting, the path to a better financial future is out there. I can show you my path. I can give you the buy box. I got these rules behind me. If you want to argue with me before you've spent 7 seconds understanding what I've done, that's going to be a very unpleasant conversation for you. And I promise you, we will only have it one time because I won't give you the time of day after that.
Yeah, that's so good. It's funny. I was going to start with Coachable. I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I did it. That was awesome. And it's true. You guys, out of the other topics that we talk about, I would say coachability is by far the number one attribute that you have to give off in this industry.
And I don't mean you can't ask questions. Questions are great, but if you're going to argue with me about step one, the buy box, or argue with me about daily execution, we are both not going to enjoy that conversation because we're not even speaking the same language at that point.
And to that, I just want to say this. And also for some of us that are maybe older, that have been in the business for a while, it's also getting out of the ways that you used to do business.
Yeah.
Right. I know we would have these agents that, they've been in the business 5, 10, 15 years. And they're so stuck. They're not coachable to willing to learn something new, right?
Yeah.
That whole saying you can't teach an old dog new tricks, that is not true. You can teach them new tricks, but you got to be willing to learn the new tricks.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. All right, what do you got for number 2?
The next one, to piggyback off of coachability, is the ability to ask questions when you don't understand, right? The ability to ask questions when you don't understand. An attribute that I notice the people that I actually see succeed, they're the ones that are always asking questions, or if they don't understand it, they're asking another question to help identify what it is that we are really saying. The ability to, and I just don't want to say great questions, because some of us think that our stupid questions or that our questions are stupid and we don't ask them. And I want to say that's the ability I'm talking about. It's the ability to still voice that, to still say, hey, I don't know this and I'm going to feel completely dumb asking it, but here it is.
Right. No, I totally agree. I mean, go back to my first thing about coachability, right? If you go in, you buy my course, you do the work, and for whatever reason, you still don't understand a buy box, even though it's my step one, you should ask your question, because maybe there's a vocabulary or something I used or an analogy that just doesn't play for you. I mean, it happens. Ask those questions. I don't mind questions about a buy box, but kind of back to coachability. If you come in and you want to fight me on it, those are very different, very different.
So true. I love it.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Number 2 for me is what I call the shooting star phenomenon. And that is, you come in all hype, all energy. You are going 1,000 miles an hour. I tell you, buy box in 20 minutes a day, and you spend 8 hours, and then you spend 7 hours the next day. And you are sacrificing everything in life to do this thing. You're going to burn out just like a shooting star. And you will likely burn out before you do anything. You will have wasted time and likely money and gotten nowhere. My most frequent thing that I tell people when they reach out to me is, you got to slow down. Sometimes you got to go slow to go fast. And I am so nervous. I get like, when people come in and they vibrate at that speed, it like makes me step back. It's like, whoa, it's like almost desperation. Like, it's my last thing. I got it. Like, it's okay, right? Real estate's not crypto. It's not the stock. It's not this. It's not that. You're okay. Just, take a breath, take a beat. Like, I tell people 20 minutes a day. It's like rule number 2, right? Yeah. Rule number 2, daily discipline. And I'm like, after you spend 20 minutes, maybe you're slow, it takes 30. I never want anybody doing an hour, 2 hours. Like, we have enough stuff going on in life. I'm asking for 20, maybe 30 minutes. After that, go do something else, right? Go enjoy life. Go out, play with your kids, do something. The shooting star one is, it's actually now scary for me to come in and just see almost all that. And I'm afraid it's going to get worse, right? We go into a stock market crash. People are going to be so desperate. Oh my God, I lost 40% of my net worth. I got to make it up tomorrow. Well, it don't work that way in real estate. It's not a tomorrow thing. It's a get rich for sure, not get rich quick. So that scares me.
I love that shooting star. That is, I haven't heard it phrased as a shooting star. It's good. And it's interesting because I've seen it play out, and you end up running really fast, but you end up going nowhere.
Yeah.
It's like you're on a treadmill, right? But then there's no tip of the treadmill. And then all of a sudden the treadmill just runs you into a wall.
Yeah. It's not good. Don't do that. Go slow to go fast. All right. What do you got for the last one?
So the last one is a combination of consistency and grit. Being able to continue to move forward, even though you've just gotten punched in the face.
Oh yeah.
Being able to continue to push forward, to persevere, even though things aren't looking the way you thought they would look, right? Or the way that you've imagined them to be.
Yeah.
And I see especially a lot of newer investors and entrepreneurs get into real estate, and they've maybe had a easy high school where they were maybe a little bit popular, and they get into this world and they start getting rejected. And for the first time in their life, they are being rejected. And I see a lot of people pull back. They'll push back. They'll pull back versus pushing forward. So for all of us, if you take a loss, if you get punched, and what I mean by punched is, the industry actually literally punching you. If for some reason things just aren't going the way you thought they should be going, just continue to move forward. And I guarantee you there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah. What rule is this? I actually got to get this on my desk. Yeah. Number 5, rule number 5. I got to tell you, bad things happen in this business. You're going to take L's. You just are. Learn, move on. I don't want you to accept L's, but when they happen, learn and move on, right? The most expensive L, or L means loss, obviously, is the one you repeat.
Yep.
I don't mind losses. I hate losses when they were repeated, right? I actually saw losses as a sign to learn.
So good.
But man, you repeated a loss. You didn't learn that lesson. We are going to have a very uncomfortable conversation. So,
and also, guys, just to your, because some of you may be phone prospecting or
Mhm.
prospecting to get deals. Even those, even the ones that you think you're getting this under contract, they've said yes, and all of a sudden they sell to someone else. I've seen a lot of people pull off the gas because of those,
yeah,
call it defeats, right? In quotations, but they're really learning lessons, as you say, because they're a chance for us to analyze,
yeah.
okay, how can I make sure this never happens again?
Amen. Absolutely. So my last and final one, we could probably go an hour on these. My last one is focus. Rule number 2, right? And actually rule number 1. So many new investors come to me, one rental at a time, buy and hold. And usually they come from something. Maybe it's apartments, maybe it's Airbnb, or maybe it's flipping, or maybe it's the stock market, or maybe it's crypto. And then they come to me, they're with me for 7 seconds, and then they're on to something else. And then they're like, well, you talk about a buy box in one state. I want to go over here. I want to go over here. Damn it. Geez, where can we not? I mean, what are we ADD all over the place?
You sit down.
Yeah, sit down and shut up. Do the work, right? Focus, focus, focus. And again, they talk about multiple streams of income. You're a broker. You've been doing this a long time. I've been doing this for a long time. Sure, we have other streams of income now, but for 15 years, I looked at the MLS every day, went from one buy box to several over 15 years. That was it. Then I started doing other things after I had a team, after I had experience, after I had time. You can't, like, don't come to me, buy and hold, and then try to do Airbnb arbitrage, and then try to flip mobile home parks, and then do this, do that. I mean, it takes time. Yeah, sell Amazon, like drop shipping or whatever it is. I mean, man, like learn something, right? Get good at it, become an expert, elite at it. So lots of amazing stuff here. Adrian, you want to kind of wrap this up in a bow for us?
Yeah. What I would say for everybody is write these 6 things that we said down, right? And find a way. Success leaves clues, guys. Find a way to make sure that we are not falling into these 6 attributes that we talked about. And then the biggest and strongest force of them all is to know thyself. If you know that for some reason that this investment world or real estate world may be just very uncomfortable for you, and there are indicators telling you otherwise, because there's nothing wrong with saying no. Matter of fact, when you study billionaires, their number 1 rule in their game is to see how many times they can say no.
Yeah.
So be okay with saying no, right?
Absolutely.
Maybe it's not this, although some of you, this is speaking your language and this is it. And I want to encourage you, this is a shameless plug. I want to encourage you, get involved in Michael's course. I'm telling you guys, because it will teach you the basic fundamentals to help keep that focus on.
Very cool. Thanks, Adrian.
Appreciate it.